The Enneagram is a tool of spiritual discovery. Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, during the next few minutes, I want to give you an overview of the Enneagram. Every spiritual tradition has a common theme. They expect their participants to have virtue. Virtue is when we respond favorably to a stressful response. For instance, if somebody runs into your car and you hop out and yell at them in anger, that's not very virtuous. That's reactive. If they run into your car and you hop out and with kindness and say, I understand, how you could have done this. I could have done it myself. That would be a virtuous response. The Enneagram is an ancient system of looking at the personality from the concept of spirituality, how you respond under stress. It's a very simple system because you're not trying to so much understand what you are, but who you can become. And when you look at who you can become, you will see that in Enneagram theory, we have 9 basic aspects to our personality, 9 basic types. 9 basic ways that we can respond to stress. We can pick the high side of the response or the low side of the response. Through the process of observation, we can look within and allow the higher part of our personality to respond instead of the lower part. So I'm going to cover the 9 basic types, and what I want you to do is to look inside yourself. Look at your own personality. See what type you are. See if you can see a touch of yourself in each type. The theory is simple, that we have all 9 types in our personality, but usually one is dominant. Type 1 is the reformer. They're the type of person that will guide you in the right direction when they're on the high side, with kindness and a smile. The one on the low side is the church lady, shaming you into doing what you know you want to do but can't do. Number 2 is the helper. This type of person is going to help you with kindness and help you because of your needs. On the low side, the helper will help you to meet their needs. Number 3, the effective person. We have a lot of effective persons in our Toastmasters clubs. These folks are very good at organizing things from the heart because they know it benefits us all. On the low side, the effective person will do anything for a buck to get, and they will say anything for $1. Number 4 is the creative person, the individualist. These folks can see and feel emotion like nobody's business. As a matter of fact, they can tell you more what you're feeling than oftentimes you know. And I see a few heads shaking that you know who you are. Okay? I'm married to one. She tells me how I should feel. And she's often right. Okay? So the 4 person on the low side can become envious. Now the 5, the observer, the investigator, or the scientist, that's my type, by the way. We love to solve problems that are difficult to solve. On our low side, we sit in our cave and we become paranoid, worry about why nobody else understands what we're saying. Okay? On the 6, the loyalist, the 6 is the type of person that you want as a true and trusted friend. On the low side, the 6 can be double-minded, can't make up their mind. Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. On the 7 type, the enthusiast, we have many of those in our Mercury Club. Every time they stand up and speak, I feel myself enthusiastic about what they're discussing, even though I don't know anything about it. Their energy just carries it. On the low side, the 7 can be plagued with addictions trying to run from their pain. The 8th type, the leader, George Washington, General Patton. These folks will motivate you and stand in the trench with you to help you achieve the goal. On the low side, the 8 is going to be the malevolent dictator. And finally, the 9 is the peacemaker. Can't we all get along? Let's just all work together and we can get this done. They're the great harmonizer of the group. On the low side, the 9 can be passive-aggressive. It's difficult to move as a river. So we have all 9 types. Look inside yourself, see what type you are. If you recognize one of the types in yourself, ask yourself a simple question. When I'm under stress, where do I go? Do I go to the high side or do I go to the low side? It's the simple process of observation. I used to have a dog that ran around in a circle every time I let it out of the cage. It did the same thing every single time. I could see what it was doing each single time. I would chase it around the room. I finally realized if I just stood still, the dog would come by and I could pick it up. Don't judge yourself. Be kind to yourself. Look at your personality. Observe it. Wait for the dog to come by so you can pick it up and turn it in the direction that you want it to be turned. So remember, the Enneagram study is more about what you're going to become, not who you are right now. And if you have an interest in looking more further into it, look at the EnneagramSpectrum.com website. Thank you.